I wanted to show you that real quick. That's a pretty good sized hole. And I bought some Berryman's at B12 or whatever that, not Chem Dip, whatever that stuff is that they spray in here to, to try to clean this out, because unfortunately this is how it is. So don't be surprised. I mean, if you open this up and there's actually oil not only in it but standing in it, because that is real common on these guys. This active fuel management is notorious for sucking oil, and it gets worse as the oil is not changed enough. So keep that in mind. If they say you can go 5,000 on oil change, I do it at 3,500. If they say 7,500, I do it at 5,000, because this is a common problem with these is oil up and stuff. So let me get you back on here without touching anything and shutting you off, because now my fingers are covered with garbage. So, all right. So let me put the glove off real quick. All right, let's put the throttle body back on there and see if we did anything at all. Who knows? This may have been a waste of time. Now I could start this without the mass airflow, but I really don't need another code, and I don't know. There's no sense of messing with it. Might as well just put everything back together. Let's just say I have faith, but I've only got about, I don't know. Let's go 65% faith that this is going to work. Now I don't mind using that zipper there to take stuff off, but I'm not going to use it to put these back on. So that's me personally. You guys do whatever you want, but using them to take stuff apart don't bother me that bad. But I'm just snugging it up. I'm not being stupid here. Don't just grab one corner and just smash her down, because this is still a composite intake and a little thin rubber gasket that I'm reusing. I probably should go get another one. And if it acts like it's sucking air somewhere, I can go get another one. It's not like you've seen. It's not that difficult to get to and replace, So I'm just going to use 1/4 inch drive to tighten it up. I'm sure there's a torque spec on this, but I'm happy with that right there. Back in, same deal, snaps on, then push the gray thing, the lock back in. That's it, it's done. No, this isn't, this is actually very, very easy to do. This goes back over. Don't forget to put this back on before you line that deal up, or you're going to be fighting it. That's back on. This is no longer lined up. There it is. All right. Okay, that's in. That's on. Don't forget your little. I forgot this on that first start on that. Well, not maybe when I first start. I think it was that little tube. Don't forget to plug that back in. I'll bring you over here before I start it up and show you where it goes. Don't forget to unplug it before you take it apart. Don't forget to plug it back in before you start it up. Make sure this thing's on there good. I see something else I'm going to have to work on it appears. Okay, get my tools off here. I'll take you off here and show you this. I'm talking about that tube right there. Make sure you plug that back in. Okay, everything's back together. I don't have the top on the engine. I'll put that back on here in a minute. So why don't we first fire it back up. Obviously we have the same stuff, so here's what we're going to do. It's establishing communication. I don't know if it's be able to read that or not. Let me put it over here. Press something to link. Maybe that's it. Yep. Okay, let's read it again. Okay, stored. Solenoid still on there. Oil pressure sensor still on there. Evap solenoid. Throttle position still on there. So what we're going to do is I'm going to reset these. Says it took it. Now we're going to wait, and it's going to give me more codes. Check engine light immediately came back on, of course. Okay, purge solenoid is still on there. It hasn't given me the one for the oil pressure yet. Give it just a second. Boom, there it is. I'll get back off there. Okay, right now that's the only one it's given me because it's the oil pressure one just came. It just popped back on. So, but either way, that one is now gone. So it's very possible that I have fixed the cruise control now. The only way to find out is to take it down the road. Right now I've got a car in the way. My wife's supposed to be on the way home with lunch, so I can't do that. But let me do something else here. I'm just going to throw ABS in there just to get it to learn something else. Then I'll go back to the OBD2. Okay, there's nothing there, so we're going to go back to the OBD2 and see what it says. It should have the oil pressure one back now. So now it's got 4 of them. Oil pressure sensor high, which we already knew was there. High speed idle. Now that one I haven't seen before. Wow, sure enough. It didn't like something I did. Because now it's idling at 3,000 RPM. As soon as I goosed it, that's where it's at. I got my foot off the pedal. So, it didn't like something I did. Let me make sure I didn't miss something here. Okay, I didn't unplug that. This is still plugged in. The wire's still plugged in. It's possible it's now pulling air around that gasket. You know, that is a distinct possibility. But I wanted to show you that sometimes there's a fail on this. I wasn't getting the code now for the TPS, but now I'm getting a code for something else. 507 high speed idle. So let me go back through some of these because I didn't go through all of them. And let me see what else it said. Okay, first off, let's see if it, this has the same thing. Okay, let's try this again here. Is it still idling fast? Okay, still got that one, we knew. Oil pressure, we knew. High speed idle, I'm gonna have to look into that. P0507. Let me see if it goes away. And it did not. No, it's going right back up to 3,000. Well, we're going to work on that here in a minute. Let's see if that will reset that. Nope, it just didn't. Okay. So, looks like I have something else I've got to look up. So, give me just a minute here. Okay, after looking that over, it's saying vacuum leak, which I've already discussed with you, or that wire connection. And it came apart a lot easier than I thought it was supposed to. Not blaming it on that. Or it says dirty throttle body, which we knew it was. It's possible that a little bit of that choke and air cleaner, I could see it running really crappy when it first fired up, you know, because there may have been a little residual, just a smell or whatever, but that's not it. So we're going to take us back apart here and take a quick look at this. This is how you learn. You have to fail to learn. This is, you know, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it, but something I didn't check was I did not look to make sure that that tube on the other end of this going into that valve cover was still on there tight. And it is. Okay. I am unplugging it though. I hurt myself last time. Yeah, that's a little better. Okay, so this is how you learn. This is how things happen. I could easily shut you off and start this whole process over again like it was brand new, but I'm not doing it. This is part of the learning curve on working on your own stuff. Okay. So, could it be sucking air? I didn't tighten this real tight, and I did not replace that gasket, that O-ringy style gasket, whatever you want to call it. So, could it be that? Absolutely could be that. I was checking this because I ran into this here a while back where one of these actually had a crack in it, and after I messed with it, it was even worse. You'll see it turns on there, but this one had a crack like right here. It was split all the way down that center, but this, it's been rubbing on something. Let me step on the camera some more. It's got a wear mark right there, but I don't think it's all the way through. So I don't think that was my problem. But these are the things you got to check, because you got a vacuum leak and you're sitting there trying to figure out where it's coming from, and where the one was leaking on that Gen 4 was at the end of this other plastic tube. You're probably not seeing very well. See, when you start it, this thing will go all the way back to an idle. It's supposed to. And this acts like it's not doing that. It acts like it's sticking right there. I didn't damage it by doing what I did, but it's not that hard to. Oops, push the thing down. I actually, on my Malibu that has the 5.3 and it's also drive-by-wire, I had to replace this. This here. I mean, this actually had to be replaced. It's probably in one of my videos. Something in this thing actually went wrong. I dielectric greased it and cleaned it, and this actually has a lot of dirt around it. But anyway, I did a lot of work to it. It didn't make a difference. I never could get it to straighten up. So I ended up having to replace that entire. Now my question is, should I just go ahead and take that off and go get a gasket and put on it? Or, I'm going to take it back off all the way. I had her plenty tight. I thought about getting a gasket when I was at AutoZone yesterday, but I knew I'd drop one of these eventually. But I just didn't do it. I can't reach it. Okay, so could it have been leaking? Absolutely. Could it be something that I did? Absolutely, but I doubt it, because like I said, it's almost like, I wonder if there's like a relearn that you have to do on these. I don't know. Maybe I better look into that too. I didn't think there was. I never had to on the Gen 3s, but maybe the Gen 4s need some type of a learning curve where you have to hold it at certain throttle before startup, or kick the key on or off 6-8 times. You know, I don't know, because this thing does not act like it wants to go back to idle circuit. So I don't know. I'm definitely gonna go get another gasket either way, and I may clean this just a little bit more. So you already seen me clean it, so I'm not going to do anything else except that. So I told you I'd show you minute for minute, dollar for dollar, or whatever, and I will do that dollar for dollar part of it. But I'm just going to go back over and clean this just a little bit more, and then I may even research to see if this thing has to have some type of a learn curve on it, because I just don't know. So anyway, I'll be back in just a second. Alright, I did a little bit more cleaning, and then I took my air hose and blew around the throttle blade into both ends of it, thinking that maybe some liquid possibly have got into this, and that's why it's no longer. I remember seeing these on the drive-by-wire actually flop out, but I've also seen them stay closed. So I'm going to hit the key. If that goes all the way closed, then that's not my problem. And let me guess, it didn't move. It's trying. You can see it moving some. Let me key that again. Yeah, it sure didn't like something I did. I think it got liquid down inside that. I guarantee it'd give me another code. Yeah, you definitely did not like something I did. Hang on, guys. Now it won't even crank. It didn't like something I did. Unplugging that throttle body, it didn't like that at all. I know it's not going to run right without the mass air hooked up, and I got a vacuum leak. I'm sure, at least now, it's not really a vacuum leak there, but one thing I don't want is to have this do this while I'm driving down the road, or my wife's driving, stick at 3,000 RPM. That I don't want. Let's get it going in phase here. Oh, it's actually got a sticky spot in it. And you see, that's what happens when you vacuum. No, don't have a vacuum leak when it'll kill it. That actually fought me trying to close that. Yeah, I think I got something in this. And it didn't like it. Because it's not pulling vacuum, at least not enough to keep it running. Because as soon as I close that all the way, that thing died. Okay, so now, because I did that, now it's trying to stick shut. So there must be a learning curve for this. I did not look that up. So let me go back to doing that again and see if there's a way this learned, because now it's trying to suck itself shut instead of idling fast. Now it's idling too low to dying. So let me look into one more thing here.